the PremierLiga, the Republican PremierLiga here today. Midweek games, of course, as stored for us as well. We're going to be doing some non-televised games, and then we'll go to the match between Parantos and Addis a bit later. This is the official squad reveal. So, who's playing today? We have Sporting San Lake versus Morgan Wolves. That's a big game. South Coast versus Los Andreas Pompey. Tomita versus Kings Park Rovers. And Warenord versus Phoenix. And we know that Morgan Wolves have been unbeaten. They've been unbeaten actually at they've got a very good long reigning unbeaten run they've had the last five games. The last 5 games, they haven't even lost a match since the last 5 games ago for Morgan Wolves. Can their unbeaten run still intact to them, or can they beat Sporting? Because we know that they want to try and escape relegation. They don't even want to play in this position. They want to try and survive it as they can. But they're in it. What can you do? Will be. But anyway, let's get straight in the match anyway. It's going to be at Sporting Ground. Sporting Sand Lake versus Morgan Wolves. Alright, anyways, it is live right now. And here we go. It's going to be live. It's between 2 teams. It's Sporting. And they're up against Morgan Wolves. And here we go. Let's get straight into it live right now. Eto. Clearance away. El Ghazi. Pradell. Now, Myong. Bit of space here for Morgan, for the Sporting here. Well, Sporting have been, having chances here. And Morgan been giving away space in this matchup. Not very good at all. Chance here for a shot. Block. Oh, that was on target, but deflected with one of the Morgan players. We know that Morgan Wolves have to win today if they want to jump out of the relegation playoff places. And by the way, Morgan Wolves have been very good the few weeks now. They're 5 games unbeaten, they are. They might have drawn the last 2 games, but it still counts as no loss. So it's been a long run, of course, of no defeats whatsoever. 5 games unbeaten they are, and they want to try and make the great escape as they can under Niko Kovac. And I don't know what he will be doing next season if he ends up keeping them up next season. Maybe keep him, give him another contract, and then see how they play next year with him. But he's a very good manager. He did well at Frankfurt. He did well. He kept Frankfurt up in the Bundesliga and actually won them won them the DFB Cup. So it might happen to Morgan Wolves. It could be the same story as he did at Frankfurt, and a good shot across there from Stefan Burgess, and a save there from Kasper Schmeichel. Save from him, indeed. Obviously, Georgia United did actually play against City yesterday, and the score in that game was, goalless. The score was, 2-2. It was goalless at the start of the matchup, obviously, and then it went to 2-2. So the full-time score was 2 yesterday. It was 2-2 between City and United. A bit of an intense derby between those 2 teams. Couldn't separate those 2 anyways. Hazabi. Could be a corner here. Good tackle. And there you have it. That's half time. It's 0-0. And now it's Luca De Santa. Now, Luca De Santa. Now there's a chance of a Bayern bar ball here. Chance for shot, but clear Luca De Santa with Signe. Now Hazabi. Good ball here from Ryan Barble. Pass to, what's his name here? Luca De Santa now to Santo. Ryan Barble! Oh. That'll be a crucial one. It could have been if they got a goal out of that. We know it's Sporting a very good defensive team in the league there. They're one of the best defensive teams in the PremierLiga. And they could have done that today, they could have done, but okay. Obviously, Morgan Wolves want to try and stay up this season. They don't want to end up playing in the relegation playoff place. If they do finish in 18th, they don't get relegated automatically. They've got a second chance. They've got to play against a team in Division 1. The team who comes third, like Brighton have qualified in third position, would be Brighton Cherries will take on Morgan Wolves. If Morgan Wolves finish in 18th at the end of the season, they will play them. They actually played in it last time. They go, oh, Brian Bubble! What was I about to say anyway? That was basically Brighton have actually got relegated last year in the PremierLiga, the Brighton Cherries, but this year they could return back to the top flight again, but they're in the relegation playoff places for Foxford Hares and Hashtag United, or Hashtag United will be playing next season in the Premier League anyways. But who could join them? Maybe it could be the Brighton Cherries could join them, or it could be Morgan Wolves might sustain Premier League soccer next season if they end up, you know, winning in those two legs. Jorginho here. Signe. Chance. If a look at De Santo, the save there from the goalkeeper. Very, very good. Now Signe. Now Koviak. Barble. Oh, that's a goal that is. And Luca De Santo has equalised to make it 1-0. And that is a very good goal. And that could help them survive next season into the Premier League. If they win today, they'll move up to 17th. And then Hassenfield Terriers drop into the in the relegation playoff places. Because they did lose against Chesco yesterday. So they'll be the ones who drop down to 18th if they actually win today. So very good goal that from Luca De Santo. It's 1-0. Keeper, what the hell was he doing right there? He just fell on the floor like a retard. But anyways, it is 1-0 to Morgan Wolves. Eto comes off, and here comes Simon Goddies, and Eto looks peed off. getting substituted off, but it's life, unfortunately. If you ain't performing well, you come off. And Graham Potter was very brave on that and subbed him off after when they conceded that goal at home. I can't believe it. Morgan Wolves. They've actually got a good unbeaten run recently. They could be 6 games unbeaten. They could be, and that escape of relegation could be alive for Morgan Wolves. Even they had a poor season at the start when Maurizio Zori was manager, and they were like rock bottom. They couldn't get enough points, and now with Niko Kovac, it took him a little bit of time to adjust the team. Did lose a few matches in a few months, but then he turned it around by beating the last 6 games anyways, or getting drawn and getting the win and 3 points and 1 point as well to try and get out of it, because a lot of teams above them also are struggling themselves. Even now they are. And if now Morgan now catch them up now, and they can make the great escape they could. Yeah, if they actually do, what will happen next season if in terms of their money-wise? Will Niko Kovac stay next season? Will some players stay next season? It all depends on what happens if they do end up surviving. It'd be a lot, it would be. And there's a chance if Wilfred Boney has a chance here. Kasper Schmeichel, no, he doesn't. And Wilfred Boney scores a late goal and they're in the floodlights. And Wilfred Boney equalises the Ivory Coast forward in the last 9 seconds of this game. I thought Morgan might have nicked the 3 points, but it seems like to me that Sporting have just got a last-minute goal from Wilfred Boney, and also that means that they could confirm themselves a PremierLiga team next season if they get a draw out of here today. And even that's a last-minute draw. Even Graham Potter's over the moon about that. And even the Morgan Wolves players, defenders, are heads are down because they know that draw's not acceptable, because we know that teams above them also are obviously 2 points above Morgan. So it beats them up a little bit because it seems they've got 2 games after this, got 2 more games left until the end of the Premier League season. They have to win those 2 games. They can't play this weekend though, Morgan Wolves, because they should be playing Chesco Blue Tigers in the next fixture. That game's been moved until Friday the following week because they're in the cup competition, so they have a break on the weekend. But there's a score at the end of the game. It's Sporting Sun Lake 1, Morgan Wolves 1. So 1 apiece to score at the moment. And that wasn't good at all. I think a lot of down heads because they've got to play Chesco Blue Tigers in the next matchup in a few weeks' time. Not this weekend though, because they've got a cup semi-final against Parantos. So that's why. And now let's get straight into the next match anyways. And we got a point at least. At least they haven't lost games. It's the last 6 matches. They've done well, they've done. But dropping points also affects them as well. If they're going to end up being in the relegation playoff places, automatic relegation or survival. They might bottle it and they might go down. But anyway, let's get to the next matchup anyways here today in the Premier League. Got South Coast will take on Los Andreas Pompey. This is a bit of a mid-table clash between these 2 teams, and it'll be live at the Pompey. It will be live at the South Coast Stadium. South Coast Eagles. Anyway, let's get straight in the matchup anyways here today. It is a big match between these 2 teams, and here we go. Let's get straight into it right now. And it's live. South Coast versus, obviously, Los Andreas Pompey. The battle of the mid-table teams. They both from the top half of the table. They both want to try and push him a bit further, an extra point or so. And that's what we are trying to do. Now, Pavard. Oh, save the keeper. Now, Coxey. It's actually 0-0 between these two teams at the moment. Good tackle. Oh, Perez. Oh, okay then. Lucas Perez. Got to play Liverpool, so got a trip to Liverpool in the Europa League semi-final South Coast next Thursday. Got that to worry about as well in a few weeks as well. They're in there. I can't believe they're still in it, the South Coast. They knocked out Chelsea, they did. They're not even a big club, South Coast, and they're actually a small Republican team trying to be with the big boys. They're trying to. Even Pompey are. They've been on the fourth position in Christmas. In fourth, they were in that moment. But they had a very good form at the start of the season. They had Pompey. Now Carney with the ball here. Good tackle there from one of the players for the South Coast team. Foul. Tackle that is there. Very bad. Now Carnu here. Bit of open goal and goal. And Pompey are in the lead. Leon Dyer. Oh, that was a very good cross there from Pompey, one of the players in the team. That was a very good goal. They did well against Wernord on Sunday. They drew 0-0 against them. I know it wasn't really a goal-scoring game, but they did draw against a team who are top of the PremierLiga. That was even a bonus for them. But today they are leading. Good cross there from Carnu. Pavard lost the ball there very craply, and then Scholes, passed the ball to Leon Dyer, and just all he had to do was just tap it in, and he scores it to make it 1-0 Pompey. And that's half-time. South Coast 0, Los Andreas Pompey 1. Oh, that's another great goal. Pompey are in the lead again to 2-0. I think Will Davis will be happy about this, the chairman of Los Andreas Pompey, because they are leading by 2-0 on the cold night on the floodlights. It's 2-0 to Los Andreas Pompey. Very good goal. Very good composure right there. And Los Andreas Pompey are 2-0 up on the floodlights against South Coast by 2-0. And I think Will Davis will be very happy about that. And Pompey doing very, very well. 2-0. Yeah, I can't believe South Coast are losing. And they got to play against Liverpool. That's a big game. That's going to be Liverpool versus South Coast in the semi-finals of the Europa League. That's a big round. That's going to be. I think Liverpool win that game. Got to. If South Coast beat Liverpool, then that is going to be something very, very big for South Coast. If they win the Europa League this year, then they get Champions League, and that'll be funny. It will be if they do. They're not even that good. They're not even their stature club. They're not even that big. They're not really. They are a big team. They're not as good, like too good though. They're a team who had like mid-table-ish team. They're like a Everton type of team or some sort. If you put that in comparison with Everton, that's what they remind me of, or South Coast remind me of, that type of team. 2-0 at the moment to Los Andreas Pompey. I think they'll be very happy about this at the moment. Kanu, oh, what a strike! That is a beautiful, wicked, sexy goal there from Kanu. The Nigerian forward equalises, and it's now 3-0. Former Arsenal forward Kanu equalises. 3-0. South Coast have been awful in this game. They might have got a Europa League game coming up next Thursday in the Europa League in the semi-finals against them. That's going to be a hard game, that's going to be. But you never know, they can end up making a surprise like they did against Chelsea in their previous matchup. They beat them and knocked them out in that one. Now Xhaka. Close now, Poulsen. The crunching tackle, he's off that. That is a bad challenge. Poulsen now. So a long throw that was from the South Coast players to the penalty box. That is Coxey now, Sam Cox. Pass down. Save. And there you have it. The score, it's 3-0. And Pop are 3 in front and won the matchup. It was a very good game. Los Andreas Pompey came over here today and got the 3 points in the floodlights. 3-0 to Los Andreas Pompey. And it was a bit of a battle between two teams at the top half of the table. But it seems like the Pompey team were the dominant team in the game, and they were bloody good. That was very, very good. Let's get straight into the next matchup. Next match will take place. It's going to be Tomato SC versus Kings Park Rovers. Win today to me, that'll be very big because Rafa Benitez needs to get the 3 points because we know that they're in a bit of pressure at the moment because they're like below 2-3 points below relegation, so they have to react fast to me. So let's get straight in the match anyways. Alright, let's get straight in the matchup live right now, and here we go. It's going to be live. Tomato versus Kings Park Rovers, and here we go. Now, Dembele with the ball here. Now to Calajong. Now he's found Dembele's through. It'll be a throw-in now. Now it's Jose Calajong. Now it's a chance for Kings Park Rovers. He's through 1v1 to the goalkeeper. And oh, the crossbar, Jota. And I know Kings Park Rovers have to change things because they lost against Hassenfield Terriers at home on Sunday. Terriers surprisingly shocked Kings Park Rovers, and they beat them 2-1. They did. So maybe a bit of payback, or maybe a little bit of change their mood a little bit and play a bit better like they didn't do against Hassenfield in that second half. Maybe that might have to play through this matchup. Possibly they want to try and change all that and get a win today. And by the way, if Kings Park Rovers get the 3 points, then Kings Park Rovers will confirm PremierLiga status next season. So Kings Park will qualify for it. It seems like South Coast. I mean, Sporting. I think they've secured it. Grasshoppers have. Well, we'll see. We'll mathematically calculate it in a minute. But there you go. Crunching tackle that is. Miguel Almiron just getting slide tackled by one of the players for the team, the other opposition. Andre Schürrle. Oh, Strodman. Lost the ball there. Now it's towards a good tackle. Tomato trying their best to try and push. Oh, Marnie won the ball. Now Marquisio. That's a free kick. Oh, Rondon Condon fell over. Referee, what was that? That was a foul, that is. Just took Rondon out. Crunching tackle. Header away. Now gonna be it, I reckon. And that is half time. 0-0. Let's get underway. Kings Park Rovers the second half now with the ball. And here we go. Bit of a sweaty chance here for a goal here. Oh, God. Jota. 1v1 as well. Could have been. Now, Mechi Bashiwai now the ball. Now to Andre Schürrle. Lost the ball. Intercept. Now, Bruno Fernandes. What a ball there. Won the ball there for Bruno for Kings Park. And that's very good for him. 0-0 might be the case possibly by the end of the game. I really reckon so. Now, Almiron. They did draw against Morgan Wolves on Sunday, Tomito SC, by 1-1 in that match. Maybe another draw today might give them a little bit of a more advantage as well, if they do have a chance on staying up next season. Clearance away. Jota! Oh. No, Jota. Now, Mark Austin. What was that? That was a weak shot, that was. What the earth was that? Could have done something about that. Booted the ball, but he didn't even strike it. He just passed the shot to the keeper. Now, Schürrle. Now, it's a chance here from a possible chance for Bashiwai! Penalty! Yes, it is! It's a penalty! And Tomito and Kanga and Carter could be off here. Is he going to be sent off? Is he going to be booked? Yellow. Yep, he's been booked. Yellow card. And the Republic States defender, of course, Kanga and Carter, has been, slide tackled. That it's no cold for that. You can't do that on the soccer field, and just took him out like that. Morales now got a penalty now for Tomito, and it's a save. And what the earth Tomito's striker was doing there, or their midfielder Morales, he should have put that home there. But Robert White saves it there for Kings Park Rovers. And it seems like this could be just a draw, this matchup, and that's it, in a way. It looks like it, as it seems. Deflection. Oh, that was a bit of a funny one. Might go to his own net. Now, Gelson Fernandez now. Now it is Mark Andrews. It's going all the way for Jota. Offside. Oh, actually, why a shot to get a late goal could have possibly. But got 10 minutes until the end of the game. 10 more minutes we have. Oh, Bashiwai. Now, Michi Bashiwai there. Tomito have been a lot of pressure in this game. And Kings Park Rovers are obviously... That's a tackle right there. But play on, says the ref, because Gelson won the ball for Kings Park Rovers here. I think 0-0 will be another draw. I think another disappointment. And I think it's probably going to be. But I think Tomito might be a little bit happy about it. At least they got a point. At least they're a little bit off of relegation. And there you have it. And that is the score at half-time, full-time. And the score at full-time, it's all over. Tomito SC 0, Kings Park Rovers 0. And let's get straight to the one last match remaining in this game. It's going to be Arsenal Phoenix taking on Waynord. And Waynord obviously are 2 points in front of Inter Taloga in the PremierLiga. Because last night, Inter Taloga did defeat Grasshoppers 3-1 in their previous matchup. So, that puts a lot... I think that'll be a lot better, it will be, in a way. But let's see what happens. So, Phoenix versus... Waynord is actually a very good game. It's going to be, I reckon. This is going to be a very good game. See who comes up on top. But we know that Waynord have to win today. If they drop points again, then Inter Taloga could win their next match, and they might drop to second. So the title race is a lot of pressure on Guardiola today, and he knows that today he needs his team to win. And also the same thing for Phoenix. They need to win as well because they're in the automatic relegation spots. If they win today in a surprise fashion, then they'll be out of the relegation zone. It will be Morgan Wolves will drop into it. So pressure's on for both teams. And we are live in the floodlights. It's going to be Arsenal Phoenix versus Waynord. And Waynord have to win this match because they're in a lot of pressure. They dropped 2 points dropped in the last 2 games. They've dropped points against RB Newport. They dropped points against on Sunday against Pompey as well. Los Andreas Pompey. They've got to get back in winning ways. This team who are currently top of the PremierLiga. And Interlogra now 2 points behind. And if they get a loss, that is not going to be good at all. And Guardiola knows that this title, it means a lot for Waynord. They don't want to lose it in this stage of the season. There's a chance here, possibly Robert Lewandowski's on his own here. He's found a bit of a sweaty with Blade. Oh, cheeky little sod right there. But there's a goal anyway. He's doing it to 1-0 to Waynord. Robert Lewandowski found a bit of strategy in that area. And all he had to do is 1v1 to the goalkeeper. All he did is just pass it to Blade. Trying to make it more of as a quicker goal of some sort. Defence was a bit poor as always. Same old, same old. Nothing changed at Arsenal Phoenix. But look at that. Robert Lewandowski. Who did he go all the way on his own? Or what? He just passed the ball instead because he wanted to make sure that ball do go over the line. So he passed it to his teammate Kaita Blade. And he's the one who put that home for a sweaty goal. 1-0 Waynord. And speaking about the game, by the way, Inter Teloga have got to play Waynord in the next match anyways in the Premier League. It's a chance here for a shot and a save there from Manuel Neuer, but I thought I'd like to say things. This is coming up next this Saturday, this Sunday in the Premier League. Waynord will play Inter Teloga at Waynord Stadium in the Premier League. And those two teams are challenging one another, and that's going to be a very important game for both teams if they want to win the Premier League title. Because those two teams will play each other this Sunday, at Sunday Night Soccer on ESPN. So it's going to be a nighttime game at 6 o'clock in the evening in the RSC. It's going to be Waynord versus Inter Teloga. They've both been fixtured to play each other. They haven't even played each other twice this season. They've got to play each other again the last time next week. So they've got to use that. They have to. Chance, a good tackle. That's a Vidic there. Not good. Free kick for Phoenix. They got to play Teloga on Sunday. Their title rivals, or the race could be ended on that day. It could be. And say if Inter Teloga do lose that match, I mean, if Wales win this match, then they'll probably won the league after that as well. Now it's a chance for Robert. No, Mkhitaryan here from Lewandowski, a goal. And that is 2-0. And they are dominating Phoenix at their home turf. And without no supporters in the stadium, I think they'll be very happy about this as well. 2-0. Very good goal. And strike, sweaty, bang, boom, goal. Chance for Bernardo Silva now the ball. Now it's Iniesta. And there you have it. That is the halftime whistle. It's Phoenix 0, Waynord 2. Yep, there you have it. Free kick. Okay, that was not as... Okay. Goal kick. Now, Virgil van Dijk, what's he doing? Going up on his own, up front. He's a defender, you idiot. And now, won the ball, possibly. Now, Mkhitaryan, defender doesn't know where the ball's going to be bouncing, but he got on the ball anyway, headed it away. And now, Ayew the ball. Andre Ayew. And there you have it. Let's get... No, it's going to be a... corner kick. Clearance away. Now Modric. Now here's a chance for Bernardo Silva here. Oh my god, poor defender at the back. And that was a save. Sweaty. They're about to sweaty again, the cheeky sods. And Keith James just saved that sweaty opportunity. It could have been 3-up, it could be for Waynord. And by the way, they've got to play Inter Taloga on Sunday. And however, that matchup is winner takes all. If Waynord win against Inter Taloga this Sunday, then Waynord will confirm themselves as champions of the PremierLiga. If Inter Taloga end up winning that matchup, then they will be the ones will probably catch up towards them by 2 points behind. And if if they get a draw, then no one won't win the league at all. That's either. But anyway, that's it all over. And the score is a score. And the score at the moment, at the end of the game, full-time score is Phoenix 0, Waynord 2. Right, let's get straight into the results for all the games anyways. We have it all here. Scored for us. So, let me announce you the scores. Okay, Sporting San Lake. The score in that game was Sporting San Lake 1, Morgan Wolves 1, South Coast 0. Los Andreas Pompey 3. Tomato SC 0. Kings Park Rovers 0. Warenord 2. Arsenal Phoenix 0.